Okay, there's somewhere I walk past every single day and I've been dying to come in and have a nose and have an explore. It's the Shankly Hotel at the bottom of Victoria Street. Been open a few weeks now and I think you can see just how beautiful this place is. And obviously, Bill Shankly, legend.
Yes.
And with his granddaughter, and what's your title here?
I am Guest Relations Manager.
Guest Relations as well. Tell us first of all, how did this all happen? Whose idea was it? Whose vision was it?
Well, the vision was my cousin's, and his name's Chris William Shankly Carline, and so he's the director of the business, and he went into partnership with Signature Living, who are a massive hotel force. They've got 7 hotels in Liverpool, also expanding. They're going to Marbella, Cardiff, but I think once the affiliation was made with Chris, Lawrence knew that there was something really special. You know, the ethos that Grandy has, we hope, is translated in the hotel.
And of course, Signature Living, the 30 James Street is incredible.
Yeah.
The majority of hotels that they have now seem to have this beautiful theme around them.
Yeah.
And obviously this one is Bill Shankly. Is your granddad?
Yes.
Tell us about him.
He was an amazing man. To me, he was just Grandy. So he was the person that would tell me stories. He would put me to bed. So the football inside, I suppose the biggest thing was on a Saturday all the family used to get together, and I just thought it was just normal. Everybody's granddad would get up, leave the table and would go and speak to fans. I thought everybody's grandy did that, but you know, he was all about the fans as much as he was all about family. He was all about speaking to the fans. If somebody knocked at the door, he would invite them in. They would join us for coffee. He was a man of the people.
Did you know back then, did you realise my granddad is a legend? My granddad's name is going to live forever and one day he'll have a hotel named after him. Did you have any idea?
No. Well, obviously he passed away in 81 and I was only 9. So no, never had any idea that he would be such. He's probably more famous now. And obviously now we've got the introduction of Klopp, who's got a lot of Shanklyism in him. You know, he's all about the fans. He's all about man management, and that's exactly what Grandy's ethos was as well.
I love the way you call him Grandy as well.
I know, yeah, Grandy Bill.
Tell us what would he have made of this place? Because this is stunning. Would he have been a bit, what's all this about? Or would he have loved it?
Oh no, we would have loved it, because as I say, it's people coming in, it's seeing his memorabilia. We've got the This Is Your Life book, we've got his OBE, we've got all of the letters that people sent to him from when he retired. So I still have people, you know, men who are 70 odd years of age saying, you've got my letter, you know, I wrote to Grandy in 1974 when he retired.
And you had a photograph that someone had dropped in.
Yes.
And it was you with your granddad, and a fan had walked in with it, and you were made up. That must happen a lot.
Yeah, it does. It happens a lot, and I'm very humbled actually, and I'm very proud to represent the Shankly name.
Tell us about this place, because there's a lot of beautiful features. We're going to talk to Chris in just a second. The bar area is stunning. We've got a beautiful wall behind us. The front of the house is just amazing. What's your personal favourite thing about this hotel?
My favourite thing I would probably say is the candles for the 96. It's a lovely feature, and it's, you know, we're very pleased to have the families come in, and you know, they were only in yesterday, and it's nice that they say we've got a seating area by it, so they always say, you know, that they're not sat alone.
We're going to go and chat to Chris.
Okay.
And we're going to hopefully see one of the bedrooms.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you for having us. It's
amazing. You're very welcome. Everyone's welcome.
So we've sneaked up to one of the rooms here in the Shankly Hotel, and with Chris. Absolutely stunning, mate. The finish, the design, the whole look of it is just beautiful.
Yeah, really proud of it. You know, sort of when you envisage something at the start of the process, you know, you'd have an idea of what it's going to look like at the end and things, and you know, and I don't think we've gone really far wrong with it. You know, a big thing for us was making sure that, you know, it stayed true to him, and it was about celebrating him and his life. You know, we really wanted to make sure that it didn't become a Liverpool Football Club hotel. And I don't mean that obviously disrespectfully, but for us as a family, we wanted it to be about him, what he stood for, his achievements, who he was as a person and things. So Obviously, a big part of achieving that is the look and feel of the place, and
it's the little features as well that I love. So just coming up, some of the artwork on the walls, you know, the scarf in reception on the floor.
Yeah.
These on every room, these are different stories. Tell us about this that's above us.
Yeah, so the big thing with that, we called the concept My Shankly, and the reason we did that was that, you know, as the family will testify, so many people have got a story about my granddad. It's unbelievable. You know, I don't think we've ever heard the same story twice, and we thought we really wanted to celebrate that and make sure that those stories are preserved, and that obviously future generations and fans, etc., can come and hear them, basically. So we come up with the sort of the slightly crazy idea of sort of cataloguing them and then putting them on the ceilings of every room. So
it's a different one in every room.
Yeah, so via our social media outlets, basically, we sort of went out to the masses and said, you know, if you've got a story about Shankly, send it to us. You know, we've got 61 rooms, the best ones we'll use, and if we use it, you know, we'll give you a night's stay with a meal and things. And as you'd expect, we were inundated with stories, some absolutely fantastic ones. We couldn't use them all, you know, we had to be kind of, you know, really kind of harsh in narrowing them down, but we did eventually get it down to 61. And as I say, they're now up on in all the rooms for people to read.
The hotel is expanding, and we hear there's going to be some sort of slide, some sort of neon lights. Tell us about what's happening next.
Yeah, so the phase one is as it is now. Obviously, you've got, you know, the restaurant and bar, the Bastion downstairs. You've got 3 floors of rooms, totaling 61 rooms, and, you know, we sleep 257. So obviously that's the Shankly element of it. We've got extension work on at the moment underneath the sort of the brand Eden, which is going to be you know, huge sort of conferencing facilities, weddings. We're going to have a second bar and restaurant. We're going to have a rooftop terrace with a pool on it. Wow. So the thing that's obviously creating the headlines, and rightly so, is this huge slide that we've got, which we've named the Serpent, which is going to run from the rooftop area right the way through the building to the ground floor. And the idea behind that is that we're going to charge £5 a head approximately to go on that, but all the money that's used and raised from that is going to go to charity. And there's going to be a digital totalizer on the side of the building, which kind of tells you, you know, a running total of how much has been made to date, and obviously what charities we're supporting going forward as an organisation.
That is absolutely incredible. That is going to bring something so unique to this city, and as well right above the Shankly Hotel. So it's a whole kind of venue that caters for a lot of different means in one, really, if you like. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, that's what we were going for from the start. You know, there was a realisation that from us, you know, we were looking to cater for a wider demographic. So obviously, because it's the Shankly Hotel, we're going to get a lot of football fans here, which is amazing and is great. But there's also a realisation from us that, you know, what happens during closed season, what happens during weeks when Liverpool aren't playing. So we really wanted to make sure we appealed to the wider market, and, you know, that's really, really happened. You know, when you look at our guests who stay with us, yet there's a large amount of football fans around match days and things. But other things that we got is, you know, huge groups of sort of stags and hens stay with us, couples of all ages here celebrating anniversaries from all over the country.
I'm just thinking the stag do's on that slide, Chris. It's going to be. Can we have races on the slide? Or
I'm sure we can. Yeah. I know I'm going to be the first one down if we can. I think there's a few people vying for that honour, so it'll be interesting.
Tell us lastly, what's your favourite thing about this hotel? Your favourite feature in the whole building? There's so many to choose from.
Do you know what? It's probably collectively the memorabilia that we've got on display. You know, we, you know, as a family, we sort of unearthed the memorabilia 13 years ago when my nan Nessie passed away, because we hadn't quite realised that she'd hoarded absolutely everything that belonged to him. Yeah, and it was sort of, you know, hairs on the back of your neck stuff. Then you were flicking through it, you know, paperwork, you know, telegrams from people like the Beatles, you know, from all 4 of them congratulating them on winning the FA Cup, and, you know, handwritten scout notes on players who went on to become, you know, household legends for Liverpool. So it's kind of the history of the club in the making, really. And you know, still for me as the family, when I wander around the place, you know, and you read it and take it in again and again, it still has the same effect.
You must spot something new every day. It's like, wow, what's that? Wow.
Yeah,
it's incredible for you guys.
And there's more to go out as well. As I say, we've only probably put out sort of, you know, 2/3 of it at the moment. You know, we phased it deliberately, you know, for a number of reasons. Firstly, to make sure that we displayed it in the correct way, and secondly, to keep it fresh for people who are in here regularly and things. So
one thing we got to mention, it's a big thing, the Shankly Hotel, if you didn't know, is now #1 for Liverpool on TripAdvisor. that is, after just 15 weeks, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible for, you know, and so, you know, really, really proud for us as a family to be number one after only 15 weeks. You know, it was a phenomenal achievement. I think we're operating at 86% occupancy rate, which I think 75% is the average for hotels and things. So, you know, we're well above that. You know, and it's important for me as well to sort of, you know, while we have the chance now, you know, to really pay testament to the team behind the hotel and things, you know. So the team at Signature Living, you know, from Lawrence and Katie through to like the sales team, the social media and marketing team, and then the guys on reception, the restaurants, you know, everywhere. You know, it's them who's made it number one at the end of the day, from the service that they've given, and obviously the hard work that they've put in. And as a family, you know, we can't be thankful enough to them. And
there can't be many families on the entire planet who work in a beautiful hotel named after their granddad as well. So what a way for you and Emma to remember your granddad. It's fantastic. Chris, thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you.